Ready? All right. Let's call to order the special board meeting for the Cochise County Board of Supervisors and possible executive session. We are meeting in the Board of Supervisors Executive Conference Room on Melody Lane. Pursuant to ARS 38431.02, paragraph H, the public will have access to the meeting room 15 minutes prior to the start of the meeting. Any item on this agenda is open for discussion and possible action. Members of the board may attend either in person or by Microsoft Teams. Members of the public may also attend the meeting via Microsoft Teams or the mobile app. The board may permit public comment during the discussion of any item on this agenda. To speak on an agenda item, complete return the speaker request form to the clerk of the board prior to 9 a.m. on the day of the meeting. Pursuant to ARS 38431.03b, minutes and discussions of executive session shall be kept confidential, and the board will determine whether or not we need to go into executive session. So from there, let's go to roll call. District 1.
Crosby is here.
District 2.
Gomez is here.
District 3. Antonori is here. All supervisors are present and in person. So let us first go to the call to the public. Well, I hope I can pronounce this name. First up is Miss Karen Schwabacher.
No.
Right here.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Perfect.
Oh, wow. Schwabacher.
T. Brown.
Miss Schwabacher, if you want to, you have about,
Supervisor.
Oh, I didn't want to
What?
speak.
Those are non-speakers down below.
those are non-speakers?
The ones up top are the speakers.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. All right. So, okay, to speak, we have Miss Jennifer Scaldoni.
Pronounced
How do you say it?
it's pronounced Shaldone.
Scaldone. Okay. All right. Ma'am, you have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Oh, is it me or is it Karen?
Yeah,
I'm
Ms.
sorry. You're on the
Scaldone, you
phone
have 3
call.
minutes.
Oh, I apologize. I thought it was Karen. Members of the board, what's happening at Ramsey Canyon Inn is not just a neighborhood nuisance. It's an exploitation of one of Arizona's most ecologically sensitive and historically significant areas. Ramsey Canyon was designated America's first natural landmark for a reason. It's a place of rare biodiversity, peace, and preservation. The area is zoned RU4 specifically to protect that character, limiting density, prohibiting large-scale commercial activity, and requiring special use permits for any non-residential operations. The commercial weddings and events being hosted at the inn violate those protections, disrupting not only our neighborhood, but the purpose of the zoning itself. Hosting dozens of large weddings each year with up to 120 guests, DJs, loud music, and outside vendors requires a special use permit. Mr. Kepner does not have one for that purpose. Not only has he never obtained one, but the county has repeatedly asked him to apply, and he continues to refuse. Instead, he insists he is operating under a 1992 permit that allowed only a small owner-occupied bed and breakfast. What's happening now is far beyond the scope of that approval. Since 2022, we and other neighbors made repeated efforts to work directly with Mr. Kepner, requesting basic considerations like lowering the volume, redirecting speakers, and managing guest parking. Every attempt we made was ignored or dismissed. Over time, it became clear that he had no intention of making changes, no matter how reasonable the request. Left with no other option, we ultimately turned to the county to demand they uphold their zoning regulations. But rather than address the violations or pursue the required permitting, Mr. Kepner has instead tried to rewrite the story, positioning himself as the victim and attempting to sway public opinion. He has retaliated against neighbors who have spoke up and filed harassment injunctions against residents, including my minor son and a 74-year-old retired school teacher. Adding insult to injury, Mr. Kepner filed a frivolous $18 million notice of claim against the county. Yet if anyone has a valid claim, it's the residents of Ramsey Canyon, 34 surrounding neighbors who signed a petition calling for the county to enforce their zoning regulations. We've lived through the consequences of inaction, the noise, the disruption, the safety concerns, and the steady erosion of our peaceful, protected environment. all while the county failed to enforce its own regulations. It wasn't until April of 25 that the county finally filed an injunction, and still today, enforcement remains incomplete. This isn't about personal drama or business competition. It's about preserving the integrity of a nationally recognized natural landmark and holding everyone, regardless of influence or connections, to the same legal standard. We're simply asking for the law to be upheld. No exceptions, no special treatment. Thank you.
Well, she had 15 minutes to spare. All right, next up is Mr. Robert Singler.
Yeah, where should I stand?
You can just stand up and you'll
Right
yeah, just stand up and you'll be able to be.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I am speaking today to ask for help about the ongoing violations of the Ramsey Canyon Inn. My family lives in Ramsey Canyon. Kepner's family does not. We want to safeguard our community in this truly magical canyon. The Ramsey Canyon Inn is not in compliance with Cochise County codes, and this threatens our neighbors, our safety, and our well-being. We have multiple families here in their 60s, 70s, and 80s who moved here for their forever home. We have had to deal with numerous weddings and events for almost 2 years now. It has negatively impacted our pristine canyon. The noise, the yelling, the lights, the loud music, the parking congestion, the smoking, the drinking, the speeding, and the noxious fumes are some of the nuisances we have had to put up with, disturbing our serenity and disturbing our peace. Some of the music is vile and vulgar. I would not want my grandchildren to hear it. The septic system is way overtaxed for what it was permitted for. There are many open flame propane heaters during cold weather events, and open smoking happens often. The potential fire risk is huge. These events often have large amounts of guests. It's advertised up to 130 guests plus staff, and could become a nightmare should emergency vehicles be needed in this narrow roadway. The dangerous congestion and evacuation situation in the event of a fire or medical help is a serious hazard. Our close neighbor and friend, Lisa Lee, is wheelchair bound. Her husband, Pat, has limited vision. They live right next door to the inn. God forbid either of them need medical help during one of these events. The elephant in the room, yes, the elephant in the room, is that proper permits have not been obtained since the Kepners purchased the property several years ago. Why are the Kepners allowed to forego zoning laws? County Attorney Lori Zucco has filed an injunction stating that Ramsey Canyon Inn is a public nuisance. Yes, it is. Ramsey Canyon Inn has continued their events in violation of state and county laws. Don't zoning laws exist for our safety and security? We have one of the most gorgeous canyons in Cochise County. It is well known in North America as a birder's paradise. These aforementioned events strain the values and resources we all care about. Now Ramsey Canyon Inn is filing an $18.5 million claim against Cochise County that taxpayers will be on the hook for. Ooh, unbelievable. And this is all happening. Here's the bottom line, people. It is all happening solely because the Kepners haven't followed the protocol to get the proper permits. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's your 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you, Cochise County Supervisors.
Thank you. All right. Next up is Susan Carlson, Spivak Carlson. Ma'am, are you online?
She should be.
Ms. Carlson? She unmuted. Laura?
I'm not seeing her name, but she may have called in.
Susan, can you hear? Can you hear us? It's Susan Carlson.
Susan?
There's a Susan. Call her name.
No.
Carlson with the C.
Her phone number listed here is 520-959, or it's not even right. It's 520-959-121. She's missing.
That one's there.
Yeah, there. 955. Oh, there's supposed to be another 5 there. Yeah, that.
Doris, unmute yourself.
So she's there. Susan, if you can hear us, hit *6, please. And you can do it on this end,
No,
Barbara.
I can't get that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I hate to say it. Sorry, Miss Carlson, we can't hear from you.
Oh, here she is.
Oh,
She's leaving.
Oh, leaving.
is she there?
Oh, wait,
Left. I
no.
think she's gonna join back in.
So you're gonna try to call back in? All right, I'll give her 5 minutes. Or not 5 minutes, but 2 minutes. Okay.
Is she trying to call in? Oh, there she is.
There we go.
There she is.
Can you hear us?
Is it still on mute?
No, there
Yeah,
you
hello,
go.
it's her.
There you go, Miss Carlson. You have the floor. You have 3 minutes. Go.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. This is Dr. Susan Carlson. When my husband and I purchased our home in 1995 in Ramsey Canyon, it was a peaceful, beautiful environment and a safe neighborhood. In our view, our concerns began when the Ramsey Canyon B&B was sold and changed its function to become an entertainment venue and large outdoor event venue with loud music, alcohol service, and large numbers of guests. My concerns are with the zoning violations and neighborhood safety and road safety with narrow Ramsey Canyon Road, fire safety, and peace for all of the neighborhood residents. Think about if you could sleep with party noise coming constantly through your windows, even when they're closed in the evening. We have written to the county and have personally met with county officials, the local fire department as well, regarding safety issues. We hope that the county enforces all of their laws, their zoning requirements, fire regulations, because we want to be kept safe and peaceful. We appreciate the thorough, respectful, and professional work of the county attorney's office, who enforces these rules. In my view, zoning regulations, safety and fire regulations, permitting should be enforced so that all residents of Ramsey Canyon are not in jeopardy and can feel safe and respected. Peace and safety can be restored, and we hope that you can help us do this. In my view, cease and desist orders have been ignored. Not following rules, regulations, standards of our community have been ignored. I was pleased that orders were issued to stop these violations, but nothing, to my knowledge, has really happened. Put yourself in my shoes. How would you feel if your peaceful street in your neighborhood and home was being destroyed right in front of your eyes? I feel my neighborhood has been threatened and is being irreparably damaged. I fear for fire safety, personal safety, if I need an emergency vehicle to help me when I'm ill. I fear that intoxicated partygoers could enter my home at any time. I worry that my disturbed sleep is hurting my health. This just doesn't seem right to me. So I would really appreciate you approaching this matter as objectively as possible so that we feel safe again in our homes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. The rest of the speakers have asked not to speak, but I passed their comments over to Ms. Gomez, and when you're done, Ms. Gomez, you could slide them over to Mr. Crosby so you could look them over real quick.
Excuse me, sir. I know my brother said that he was going to try to speak. Did he? Ken Kim?
So I only had those. Everybody else on their request to speak form said they did not want to speak. What was his name?
Ken Kim.
I see he's on the line.
K-U-H-N?
Yes.
I do not wish to speak is what it says here.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Maybe we have this communication.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm here.
That's all right.
All right, let's see if I can do it.
All right, so with that, having nobody else requesting to speak, what I will do is I will entertain a motion.
Hopefully, are you got people in here too?
Well, you needed to get on the record, so the request to speak forms had to be into the clerk of the board, which is
Yeah, we
Laura.
did it yesterday.
Yeah, it was emailed and it was also submitted online.
And I also got verification that you received it.
What was the name?
Catherine Weimer. Yeah,
Not there.
name? Catherine Weimer. Yeah.
Starts with a K.
Oh, I don't have it here. I don't have it, so, but if she's going to look,
Just the one that comes up.
all right, give her a second, let her go. Let her go find it.
Yeah, we emailed it and we.
All right, clerk, go check.
To be able to show up. Let's see it.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. In your version.
Oh, that's your, that's spoken.
You.
You're probably the only one.
Is it in there?
Yes.
Okay.
I do my homework.
So what's we would just have her get up and say your name and if you can, your address for the record.
Yeah, Catherine Weimer, 3243 East Cedarwood Lane, Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. Everything that's been said, I'm not going to repeat. They're all totally accurate. My mother owns a property that borders the Ramsey Canyon, is on a mountain across the street from Scott Kepner. Here are my concerns. My concerns are not all that's going on. My concerns are these are not addressed. This is severely problematic. When I stay with my mother, the first time I could not believe the noise, the reverberation in the house, and the echoing through the canyon. But let me bring you to a new problem that many of you know, but I'm going to say it. Scott is scary. Many of us here feel retaliation. I'm not even going to tell you my name that I have my private practice under because I do not want him going and ruining my business. This is somebody that does not care about what you think. He has power and control issues. He's a narcissist. And I'm going to give you a really good example of what the behaviors he does. My mother shares the water rights with him. She has no problems. We have very low water pressure. Let me tell you that. It's not the best water pressure. She shares with him. What Scott does is harass her. It is up our driveway, on our property, in the pump house that my brother built. He harasses her that she's cutting off the water. So what he chose to do is walk across the street, 7 no trespassing signs. Mind you, it's on the creek, so little kids don't go in there and crack their heads. But walked past him, went up our driveway, cut the lock off our pump house, put on his new lock. So let me tell you what your county does. I like you guys, they work for the government too, I understand, but I'm just being straight. When the sheriff came up, my little mom, the sheriff, you know what the sheriff told her? You know Scott, ha, ha, ha. I called my brother, I said, you get down there. My brother, and I worked in criminal justice for 25 years, and I know what good old boys club is. I'm not stupid. Came and spoke to him. Finally, the sheriff was like, oh, okay, is this what we have to do to get heard? This is what this man can do, and I'm afraid that he is going to continue to do the court looping for years and years and years, where nobody is heard. This is the gem of Cochise County. And these animals deserve better also. So that is my point in all this. When are we as a community going to be heard? And especially for who he is. And he told my mom he's not living there because his kids are noisy, but he leaves all of us there in that reserved to listen to banging and partying all night. And I know it used to be later till like midnight or something. It's not as late and he's calmed it down, but no, we're done. We're done with being treated like this. How much more time do I have?
That's it. You got it right on the nut. All right.
And that's the thing that I'm frustrated.
All right, thanks. I got to get back to the agenda. So there's no one else, Laura, requesting to speak that you can see? All right, so we're going to get a motion to move agenda item number 1, please.
Mr. Chair, I move that pursuant to ARS 38431.03A3 and 4, that we go into executive session for discussion and possible direction regarding the pending litigation involving the Ramsey Canyon Inn.
I second.
All right, so we have a motion to go into special session. Any discussion? None? All right, all those in favor of going into executive session, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we'll lock down the room. I request everyone to sadly please leave. You're welcome to wait out into the regular boardroom out there. Anybody?
I want to thank you all for.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're going to have to talk legal counsel stuff. So remaining in the room for this is, of course, Mr. Correa, of course, our county attorney, Mizuko, Dylan. I'll get you right one of these days. Dylan, of course, the 3 supervisors, Mr. Casey, Ms. Gilman, and Ms. Lowenheim. Is there anyone else?
Whitehead, our other
Who?
deputy
Oh,
county
Rick.
attorney.
Kurt, you're sitting over there. And now, are you going to stay too? Christine McLaughlin is our planning and zoning. And
Luis Dakota is.
Paralegal?
oh, you're the paralegal.
Yes.
All right. What is the name?
Luis Dakota?
Okay, great. All right. So with that, if we could ask everyone else to step out, we'd appreciate it.
The session would reconvene.
Yes.
Give us something, some kind of information.
Probably not, because we're just going to get a discussion on this. There's no action scheduled, no vote scheduled, so this will continue to go forward, I guess. So you'll have more opportunity. You're always welcome to come to regular board meetings and speak.
So
you guys know that.
Your executive session today, there's no more discussion of this with
There is
the tax.
future. There will be future
Today.
discussion, but there is none today. No, there's none today after this. All right, it is now 2:05. We have exited executive session. Any discussion from my colleagues before we adjourn?
No, sir.
No, sir. All right, we're adjourned.
Okay.